Yeah. Just a little 10-piece for it, just to blow it in the mall. Doesn't mean that we involved. I just put a Richard on the card. I ain't going playing ball, but I'll show you how to get it. If you really wanna ball till you fall, when you back against the wall and the wind try to go away. Still going bad on them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CHS TV's live stream coverage of varsity sports. It's week 6 of CIF high school football, where the 3-1 Carlsbad Lancers prepare to do battle with the 3-1 Liberty Patriots, who are currently ranked 21st in the state, coming off of a win over Central 35-10 last week. They now head down on a roughly 3 to 5 hour bus drive from Bakersfield all the way down to Carlsbad to take on their next foe. Meanwhile, Carlsbad coming off of a striking, close, thrilling matchup against Mission Hills last week, 16-10. Roy and I were happy to cover it last week, and we're happy to cover this one again. We've got the third home game of the season. We've got this one and two more to continue covering. Apologies there. And we're going to be with you for them all. Speaking of we, I'm Cash Money Versailles here on Play by Play, here with Roy Kane, who's the center for the freshman football team, also doing color tonight, along with the rest of our wonderful friends and crew. Roy, how are you doing tonight?
You know, I've said this so many times. The sunset playing a little later than usual at 7:30. It's going to be beautiful. Can't wait to get this game started in about 3 minutes and 45 seconds. It's going to be a great one. And right now we'll be checking out the odds on CHS odds, and we are actually underdogs for the first time in the year, +2.5. So that will be something to be reckoned with. And so maybe some Carlsbad players could prove us wrong behind CHS odds. But it's going to be a great one. It's going to be an exciting one. And the Lancers are going to be doing battle against the Patriots, who will come out top. Cash, what's your take?
Well, you know, considering this is your third time, it should have caught on to you by now. It's the no Kane, no gain money line segment, not the Cash Money Versailles segment. Who cares about him? Who is he anyways? Roy, who do you got on the money line tonight? Forget about the spread. It's all about your money line. Who do you got?
Okay, I love Carlsbad's unis tonight. That's why I'm going to be taking them, hammering it, putting the whole entire rent on it. We're going to be taking Carlsbad on the money line for this one. And it's going to be an exciting one tonight. I feel like Liberty's a great program. Freshman, JV, varsity, everything around is solid. I mean, when you're coming out a 5-hour drive to come play some football, you really do have to have some determination in this game. So they are definitely going to be having some heart and soul in this one. But Carlsbad is where it's at. And now we'll be switching over for the national anthem as our CHS band comes out to do the honors.
So please, at home, please rise, take off any headgear upon your head, put your right hand over your heart, or get a little bit patriotic as I have been lately. Give us a salute for the United States national anthem performed by the CHS band. Big shout out to the CHS band. Yet another fantastic performance. They are award winning for a reason, and that is the very reason. Keeping up with the topic of CHS_odds on Instagram. Go give them a follow. It's very fun. We've got Zach Marshall making his first ever start on Carlsbad, coming in the 5th game of the year. His prop bet is anytime touchdown, so rushing, passing, receiving, any of that sort, defensive, you name it, any touchdown will complete his prop bet. We've got Thomas McCormick for the first time on the prop bets, the junior, over 5.5 tackles, Julian Sayin over 1.5 touchdowns, and Griffin Rosenblum, the mainstay target for Julian Sayin for a while, over 4.5 receptions. We've got a big game up for you. Carlsbad will be kicking off. Liberty will receive. And on our screen, we can see Carlsbad kicking away from the scoreboard towards the Basswood parking lot. It's going to be a fun one, just moments away from kickoff. 12 minutes on the clock, 4 quarters of regulation to go, and we will be with you for it all for the next 1.5, 2, maybe even 3 hours to determine a winner here.
We got Danny Valencia, the 4.5-star kicker, punter. I mean, this dude's a unit back there. He is back to kick it away. And I'm looking for a little touchback from my man Danny today. See if he can get it done. That's a boot.
That's a line drive, number 29. That's going to be Jalen Hankins, the senior DB and wide receiver. Tried to field that in the back of the end zone. It will not come to fruition. It will be a touchback, and the Patriots will set up shop at their own 20-yard line for a 1st and 10.
It is going to be exciting tonight. Like Cash mentioned, Zach Marshall making his return. A home opener with the theme under construction because we know he's going to be going to work.
This whole offense, this whole team better be going to work. The freshman team sadly lost 21-34. JV 7-28. That one a loss. We'll see how this one turns out. It's a run up the gut. I could see McCormick or Wyrick, bring him down. Forelli also in the area. That's going to be number 29, Jalen Hankins on the run.
And I talked to Julian Sayin before the game on Thursday, actually, and he mentioned that he knows the defense is tough, the D-line is tough, and he knows the linebackers are going to plug those gaps, so it's about responding and making good plays and coming out and getting that W.
Jace Nixon in at quarterback. It's a tip, and it's nearly intercepted. Thomas Wyrick was lurking for it. It looked like McCormick tipped that one into the air.
It was actually Justin Johnson with the seatbelt, as we could see on the instant replay. I mean, he just strapped him up, put him nice and safe and sound, and that is an incomplete pass.
That pass intended for Maya Harrison. 3rd down and 7 to go for the Patriots on their first drive. Can we get an early 3-and-out? Jace Nixon still in at quarterback. 3rd down, out in a trip set. Looks to be Jalen Hankins in the backfield. They're going to motion a receiver, number 19, Ethan Mahanke. It's going to be a give to Hankins, and he'll be swallowed up in the backfield. That is number 54, Jude McClellan, the junior.
And we're going to check out, never mind. We're going to check out the instant replay here. Excuse me. Okay, moving on. We got a big 3rd down stop there. Now we're bringing out the punt unit for the Patriots. 4th and 9. Let's see what the long snapper's doing. You know, I myself a long snapper, so I like to look at these boys, see what they made of.
Grant Metters to kick. It's a high kick, sailing to the right. They're going to call a fire, and the Patriots are going to down it at the 48-yard line. Number 33, Caleb Reiswig, the senior wide receiver and safety, touching that one down. And this Carlsbad offense, led by 5-star quarterback Julian Sayin, will set up shop near midfield for their first drive of the night. Defense looking solid. Let's hope they can build onto this early momentum.
Okay, quick prediction. Coming out the gate, we're going to hit a little play action to Justin Johnson. A little hot take.
Play action run. It looks to be Mason Walsh in the backfield. They're going to come out in a Dubs wing look. It is a play action. Who's he going to look for, though? It's going to be Nico Arboit. You got 50% of the way there, but Nico will get 100% of the way to the first down marker and more. We got a replay here for you guys. This is actually the punt. Apologies there. But Nico Arboit with a fantastic catch, 12-yard reception it seems to be, or an 11-yard reception and a first down.
Nico Arboit is that guy. You put the ball in his hands and he will make things happen, especially when you got a gunslinger like Julian Sayin. I mean, they're the dynamic duo out there, and it comes from 760, but now it translates to the field.
Sayin out of the gun, out of ace. It's a give to Walsh. Zach Marshall blocking in on that play. He'll get thrown out of bounds. It doesn't seem like a penalty marker flies. It's near the first down. Mason Walsh, an excellent running back. He played fantastic for JV as a sophomore last year, and he continues to get better and better, starting as a junior for this team, overtaking two seniors, Lazarus Norwood, who is sadly no longer with the team, as well as Thomas Wyrick and Thomas McCormick, a fellow junior. Second down and 4 now for the Lancers, out in the, looks to be a spread. I believe I see Zach Marshall, and he is. He's going to look for Arboit on the out. He's got the first. He's going to put a move on him, and he'll be shoved out of bounds by Krishan Kizzy.
We're going to check out the instant replay here. A perfect little out route to Nico Arboit, making a defender miss, putting him on skates. I mean, it's not a roller rink out here, but Nico Arboit obviously shows what it is. And this is a football field where plays are made, and that is going to be lots of things tonight by Nico. Plays are going to be made.
Justice Woods will be subbed out, and it'll be a 1st and 10, almost inside the red zone, under center, out of a spread look. It's a toss to Mason Walsh. He'll break the first tackle, get past the line of scrimmage, brought down by number 50. That's going to be Dylan Delgado, the junior defensive end, and an entourage of Patriots defenders. It'll be a 2nd down and 9.
2nd down and 9. We are familiar with this spot on the field in the red zone, but our red zone target that I was about to mention, Griffin Rosenblum, actually just got subbed out, but I might see a touchdown from him tonight. We know the red zone connection between him and Sayin are 10 out of 10. Can't get any more perfect than that. Those back shoulder passes are his.
Another spread look, this one with Farrelly and Marshall in at tight end. Sayin rolling out left, escaping the pressure. He's going to take it himself, and he picks up the first down and embarrasses number 29, Jalen Hankins. Look at this on the replay. He's going to charge his shoulder into him with a beautiful truck.
Holy cannoli! Julian Sayin looks like a 5-star running back, if even. I mean, number 29, Jalen Hankins, just got put to the ground. It's not the NBA. That looks like a poster out on the field. I mean, I've been talking to him a lot. When he said he wants to get out of bounds, he's going to swerve back in and make the defender pay, and he did that. He kept his word, and that will be for sure on the huddle and the mixtape on that.
Out in the empty right look, Sayin out of the gun. It's 3rd down and 3. Sayin will fire it. He's got Griffin Rosenblum, and he's down at the 9. It's a 1st and goal now for the Lancers. Griffin Rosenblum completes his first catch of the night, getting him 1 inch closer to the prop bet.
Our offense is looking pretty sneaky out there, very dominant with this drive, and personally, I think it's the unis. You know, the all gray really suits it, and I feel like really just goes with how our game's gonna go. It's gonna go very neutral, very just easy going, and a lot of touchdowns.
This team is very balanced. Mason Walsh, an excellent ball carrier. Julian Sayin, an excellent passer. And our entire receiving core, an excellent receiving core at that. Out of the gun, Trey Wright. Sayin will snap it. He's going to fire it. He's got the touchdown. It's going to be Zach Marshall. He's hit the prop bet, and that's his first touchdown as a Carlsbad Lancer. Julian Sayin to Zach Marshall for the 9-yard touchdown pass.
Michigan got a good one, and Carlsbad has him right now as we check out the instant replay there. You know, right off the snap, he knew where he was going. Zach Marshall, the 3-star, my man, I made him his commitment edit. And you know, this kid is gonna have a great year, and he's already starting it off. Week number 5, and he's starting off the game with a touchdown to put the Lancers up 7-0. The first of many in his Lancer career, but geez Louise, that is a grown man playing football with young boys.
Tyler Pursoon there with the PAT, another 4.5-star kicker. He's a mere sophomore, so the length this kid can go is truly amazing. Holds the freshman football team record for longest field goal, kicked a 45-yarder, tied it, kicked a 46-yarder later in the year, and broke that record. The record's all his. His name is in the record books. Maybe or maybe not, we'll get to see another man break the record. Speaking of my sophomore teammates, I'd like to shout out Simon Alexander, Johnny Ortiz, and Remy Booty Warman. They played an excellent game in the JV game. Down to the wire, both played their hearts out, and both all sadly went down with injuries. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. If you see this, I hope to see you guys tomorrow in weightlifting and back on the field on Monday.
If we're going to talk about shout-outs, I'm going to shout out my grandma, Kathy Kane, watching in Seattle right now. It is her birthday, and I know she loves watching these nights like this. So happy birthday to you in Seattle.
Happy birthday, Grandma Kane. Kick is up and away from Danny Valencia. It'll be fielded by Jalen Hankins in the end zone. He will not take it out, as CIF rules say a punt or a kickoff fielded in the end zone cannot be returned. Just focusing on that player's safety more and more.
Danny Valencia with another outstanding boot. That's already 2 touchbacks in this one. And he might even have 5 the way our offense is playing. We're coming out, we're making defensive stops, and we're going out there with the offense, driving and making plays and getting in the end zone.
Danny Valencia holds every Carlsbad Lancer Varsity Special Teams Player of the Week award, except for the game against El Camino, where Tyler booted 2 field goals that put us past El Camino. This one, a run up the gut. He'll get stuffed early by a swarm of Lancers.
It looks like Jacob Sisson was in there for the tackle, number 6, making a big play, stuffing the gap. I mean, that's what we got to see out of our defense all day, setting up opportunities for our offense like we did. You know, I would love to see a 3-and-out like how we did in the first series. And our defense, they got some connections just like our offense. I mean, we talk about our offensive wide receiver core all the time. But we talk about our DBs out there right now. We got Justice Woods and Justin Johnson. I mean, those guys are 2 studs, 3 and 4.
Both of the can-do players of the week have gone to defensive players. Luke Forelli against Inglewood, Cassius Murphy against Mission Hills. Maybe we'll see another one tonight. Pass from Nixon is caught by number 19. That's going to go to Ethan Mahanke, and he will pick up the first down. Here you can see Nixon with the quick hitch to Mahanke. Justin Johnson will bring him down. He barely gets the first down. It's first and 10 for Liberty. Their first down of the night. Nixon back out of the gun. It'll be a run up the gut, and he will take it. It'll be a run for Cameron Dangerfield. Maybe we'll be able to see some danger from him tonight.
I mean, that is an awesome last name, being named Dangerfield. I mean, when you're in school writing a test, like Dangerfield, like you are the danger on the field.
Highway to the danger field, as I would say it. It's a quick slinger on the hitch to number 20. A big hit by Justice Woods. Jamel Davis, the junior DB and wideout there with the reception. And that'll be a 3rd down and 1. Get loud out of the dubs. It's a fumbled snap. He'll fall on it.
Number 10, Jace Nixon with a little high snap, but he did recover and receive that. We're going to check out the instant replay there, and it looks like it just fumbled out of his hand, but he's lucky he got that because if I'm not mistaken, that was Cassius Murphy coming in to recover that one.
Actually, that's June McClellan. He's a junior, and he is a fantastic end, and we'll be able to see much more from him over the coming years. Whistles are flying, looking like Liberty trying to make a substitution.
It might be because Is that Logan Schaefer, number 30? His knees were not covered by his pads. I saw the ref single down to his lower waist area, and Nico Arboy is subbed in.
More whistles blow. This one for real. Camden Keller, deep to return. No relation to Jake Keller. I was not made aware of that until earlier this week. Kick is up and away. Another sky kick. This one more of a line drive. It'll bounce backwards, and it'll be downed by number 19. We're seeing a lot of Ethan Mahanke tonight, but hopefully let's not see too much from him on this next drive as Julian Sain leads the Carlsbad Lancers offense out onto the field once again.
I mean, the defense is going to win championships despite our loss on freshman football. I am going to shout out Sky Schaefer and Caleb Fuller. I mean, our special teams and defense practically put our only points up on the board with the pick 6 from Caleb Fuller for 6, and the kick return, first play of the game, from Sky Schaefer.
Out under the spread, Sayin under center, Walsh in the backfield. He'll hit the quick pass to Nico Arboy, and he's got the sideline, and he's got the speed. It's going to be a quick play for a touchdown. Penalty markers do seem to fly, so don't hold it for long. Nico Arboy just sprinting down the sideline like it's modern-day Catholic-esque, and that's going to be a touchdown. There is a penalty marker, multiple penalty markers down on the field. The referee's deliberating. We can't be too excited as of now.
I mean, that was a key block by number 19, Griffin Rosenblum, to have Nico Arboy get to the outside. And like Cash said, modern day part 2. I mean, putting on the burners, unhinging the wagon, and going all the way. But it looks like it will be called back for a further announcement from the refs. The boos are coming in from the Lancers side.
A legal block in the back on the Lancers may be called on Rosenblum. It was near his block. It'll be about a 10-yard penalty, and you may or may not be able to hear the boos from right next to us. It is a packed stadium. The theme, like you said, is under construction because our team is putting in work.
And I mean, we're putting in work. We're making things happen. We're going to work. And despite the penalty, I think our offense will bounce back. I think we'll go down the field. We'll put another 7 points on the board, and it'll be 14-0.
As you can see, number 64, Andrew Langer, Big Tex, making his third ever start on varsity. He started the game against El Camino. This one getting backed up a far distance.
Holy cannoli. I've said that before, but this one, I mean it.
This looks like a 25-yard penalty spotted about inside the 10, and the boos get louder.
But I believe in our magician, Julian Sayin. I mean, he's going to cast a spell on this defense. He might even hit Nico again and take this to the crib. But, you know, we got Justin Johnson, a man that loves his fades with Sayin, and we saw it last game against
Mission Hills, the Mission Hills Grizzly. We hit him on a fade ball on the right side of the field. He took that one into the end zone. And maybe we'll see another one tonight. Julian, I know, loves hitting those fade balls. When he was getting scouted, he loved to flaunt how easily he could throw it. He could throw it with ease, and maybe we'll get to see another one. Julian Sayin has 2 fourth-quarter game-winning drives, both touchdowns. One to Josh Davis. He plays for Utah State now. The other one last week to Griffin Rosenblum, a fellow junior. Here comes first down and forever. Sayin out of the gun will fire this one deep. He's looking for Justin Johnson on the fade ball. You called it.
I did call it because I know what to say about a magician as we check out the instant replay here. I mean, he just activated his X Factor in Madden to Justin Johnson. I mean, he definitely just audible to that because that was a beautiful route, and I knew something was going to come there despite the backup for 25 yards, a first and 35. We make things happen, and now we're spotted on the Patriots' own 39.
You must be a magician instead, because the way you called that is out of my mind. I was almost looking for an announcer's jinx, but no, back out in the spread. It's a give to Walsh up the gut. It'll get stuffed quickly. I see number 50, Dylan Delgado.
I mean, it looks like Justin Johnson has glue on his hands. He does not drop balls like that. I mean, what a connection. I've been saying the dynamic duo. Julian Sayin has a duo and a connection between every wide receiver out on the field. If it's Justin Johnson from those fade balls, Nico Arboit from those out routes that get taken to the crib, or Griffin Rosenblum, the red zone machine, and now we got a new one, Zach Marshall, the big body boy out there.
Here comes another play, 2nd down for the Lancers. It's a motion to Arboit. It's a give to Arboit on the jet sweep. He's gonna bounce it outside after a couple shifty moves, and he's got the first, and he'll take it out of bounds.
Nico Arboit is putting on a show as we check out the instant replay. I mean, the shift there. I mean, he's just moving direction by direction, making defenders miss, and that is a Lancers first down, bringing it up on the Patriots 24.
I'm going to criticize the Liberty Patriots defense there because I did not see a whole lot of effort. I saw jogging when they were 2 yards away, not enough effort. That's what Carlsbad really preaches. Nearly inside the goal line or nearly inside the red zone. 1st down and 10, maybe a fumbled snap. Julian trying to get back to the line. He'll get an extra one.
We check out the instant replay here. It definitely looks like it was a little bobbled snap, but he does gain at least 1 yard there. And, I was going to say, USC commit out there on the Patriots D-line, Grant Bucky. Haven't seen much action from him. The 6'5" unit.
275 pounds, a perfect specimen for D-end. And here comes 2nd down and what seems to be 9. Sayin out of the tray. Play action. He's looking for Justin Johnson and a spectacular circus catch on that one. A 5-yard reception there on the screen pass to Justin Johnson.
We see the instant replay there, and that is just a needle in the thread type of pass. And I've been saying this a lot. Despite the haters out in the world, that's a 5-star player making 5-star moves. And people were doubting him in the Mission Hills game, and you know what he did?
He showed up.
Responded, and he made the game-winning throw to Griffin Rosenblum.
A fantastic catch there by Rosenblum, I might add. We'll get back to that in a moment. Out of the tight, it's a pass to Justin Johnson. He's very close to the 1st down marker. They may call it, and they'll give it to him. It's 1st down and 10 for the Lancers. Justin Johnson.
We see the instant replay there. Justin Johnson, another pass to Julian Sayin. I can't even count how many times he's gotten the ball this drive, but he's putting in work like our construction team. Now a little quick ad. Shout out to ASB, Carlsbad High, with the #1 ranked loud crowd in the country. You know, if you can look over there, I don't think we do actually have a loud cam on right there, loud crowd cam. We see everyone in their theme.
Sayin out of the gun, Mason Walsh will just hit stick a guy. Sayin will take it himself, and a penalty marker will fly. That looks like that may be a penalty on Wyatt Gora. Maybe a little bit of a late hit, block in the back sort of type.
If not on Wyatt Gora, it might be on Dylan Delgado. And they were going at it, but I love my boy Wyatt Gora. You know, shout out CHS TV period 2. Our boy, big body, let's go.
They are gonna call it on Wyatt Gora. Wyatt Gora, a one-of-a-kind specimen. He truly is an amazing player, an amazing friend at that, an amazing broadcaster. Big shout out to him, sadly in his last year at CHS. So we definitely hope he has a fantastic year.
Coach Mack is furious right now, yelling at the man with the white cap, wondering why it was on Gore there, maybe thought it was on Delgado, but he is very confused out there, discussing with the refs as he talks to his QB, Sayin, as he wonders what the play is going to be here. I've been kind of hot with my predictions, Cash, but I'm going to go with another one. I'm going to see...
Oh, a penalty marker will fly. It's a delay of game. After a penalty, you only have a 25-second play clock. And the boos, everybody, the boos from the crowd. Another penalty on the Lancers.
The boos are getting loud, and I agree. The boos should be getting loud. I mean, our Lancers are coming out, putting on a great performance, and for little things like that to be holding up our team, shouldn't be happening.
The crowd saying that the refs are a joke. A toss to Walsh on the outside. He's got a crease. He'll truck a man, keep his balance, and he's almost got back to the original line of scrimmage.
We check out the replay here, number 22, Mason Walsh, as we see Grant Bucky on the end there. But that is a hit stick, pushing the man back. Who can stop him? Delgado obviously couldn't, and that is all the way almost to the first to actually where the 1st and 10 marker was, but now it is around 3rd and 13 for the Lancers. You know, everything that's held us back this drive. I mean, the 25-yard penalty to the deep ball, boom, connection. Now we got a 3rd and 13 after a couple big penalties, and I'm liking a connection again.
Saying out of the gun, empty right, will drop back, set to throw, look for Zach Marshall on the screen. He'll truck a man, big hits tonight. He'll get past the line of scrimmage, and that'll be a 4th down as they'll send out the sophomore kicker, Tyler Prasoon, with a range of plus 50 to kick the field goal. This will be, I believe, his 3rd field goal of the year, and it looks to be a 30-yard field goal.
And we got Marcus McNeil out there at long snapper. I mean, can't not like that kid. He drops pearls on the snaps, and he makes big hits on special teams. And he is a big stud and a part of this team.
29-yard field goal. Kick is up, and kick is right down the pipe.
I mean,
great job by Braden Brandt in the back of the end zone to receive that field goal. And Tyler Prasoon now 3 for 3 on field goals on the year. Went 2 for 2 against El Camino, and now his first field goal of the night. Lancers lead 10-0 with a minute and a half to go in the first quarter.
I mean, I don't think people realize how a key factor it is to have a good high school kicker. And it really helps out for Tyler Prasoon only being a sophomore. I mean, we got so many more great years with him. And those 3 points make a difference, even the extra points. I mean, we've had a couple games come down to it if it's 1 possession or 2 possession game. And now we got a 2 possession game with that drilled field goal from Prasoon. And we got Danny Valencia back there. Already got 2 touchbacks. Are we going to see a 3rd one, Cash?
I think it's very possible, but I want to fire some shots here. Alabama knows what it's like to not have a good kicker. Of course, they still are one of the greatest college franchises in football ever to exist, behind Nick Saban, who's had a fantastic career, not in the NFL, definitely in college.
But now we got Danny Valencia back to kick. I got a 3rd touchback here as we see the returners deep.
You've been magic on your predictions. Kick is up, and it's a line drive into the end zone. You with another correct prediction.
And, you know, I was talking to Danny Valencia. He's actually in ASB with me. And he has been actually talking to Wisconsin for a while about continuing his football journey, maybe at a D1 level for punting and academics.
Danny Valencia, definitely a very, very, very talented athlete. Not just a punter or a kicker, because punters are people too, kickers are people too. Every single athlete on the football field is an athlete. Maybe not as much as my beloved running backs, but definitely got athletes out onto the field. Looks like Jace Nixon back in at quarterback. We can also see Cole O'Brien in at quarterback later in the game. Out of the Doves, it's Nixon dropping back, looking to throw, fire one deep, and it is incomplete, sailing over the head of Trey Fulton, the junior wideout.
Trey Fulton actually in a perfect position there. It looked like the pass was overthrown just a tad by Jace Nixon, but a valiant effort to try to get that one as he turns around and reaches up that one hand. But it is an incomplete pass, and it brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. Okay, my takes have been hot today. I'm looking at Thomas McCormick tackle here to add to the prop. I mean, this dude's going to put a big hit here, maybe deck a kid to the ground, but he is a leader, and
Nixon
he will
out of the
show
gun. It'll be a toss to Hankins, and Wyrick will be followed by multiple Carlsbad defenders to bring him down. And Colton Thomas, one of my fellow sophomores, just crawling all over him. Here we have a highlight. There you can see McCormick followed by an entourage. You can see the flowing hair of Colton. He's obviously taken inspiration from me.
And now we check out the loud crowd cam for this one. I mean, we got the pom-poms in the air. 10-0 in the first quarter with 48 seconds left.
A big hit on the play.
And that will bring up 4th down, it looks like, for the Patriots. And there is no...
Looks like an illegal man downfield on the Patriots. Penalty will be declined, and it'll remain 4th down.
The defense is coming out, making another amazing stop, putting our offense in a position to score like always as the punting unit gets back out there for the Patriots. I love this long snapper out here. He's dropping pearls, waist level, making it easy to punt the ball and put the Lancers in a position where they don't want to be.
And it's a muffed snap. Kick is up and away, and they're just going to let that one bounce. Almost touched by Cassius Murphy. And it'll be downed by number 19, Ethan Mahanke.
We check out the replay there, and I actually just jinxed that on purpose. That was planned. You know, the snap was a little low, and, you know, there's always a meaning of what I say, and that was the meaning. You know, always looking for my Lancers to have a little advantage, and if I can jinx a play, I will do that any day of the week. And now it brings up Lancers 1st and 10 on our Lancer 40-yard line.
I just realized that the Patriots have actually brought out their own banners, Land of the Liberty and Patriot Pride.
I saw
and
those.
Julian Sane will take it himself, maybe another muffled snap, but Liberty High School making the multi-hour drive from Bakersfield all the way down to sunny San Diego to play their game. It's not looking good for their varsity team, but they're definitely coming down here with some hype and some energy.
And I actually talked to a couple coaches on Liberty before the game, and I did not know this, but there is a rule in Bakersfield where if it is over 90 degrees during daylight, you cannot practice a physical sport like football. So actually the last couple months, a little fun fact, Liberty has been practicing in night, dark, like this right now, maybe getting ready for the atmosphere, but they've been practicing around 7:30 or bright and early in the morning. So I don't know if that's a setback or an advantage to get ready for under the lights football, but we know it's an advantage for the Lancers out here, having my boy Cash Money Versailles and yours truly, Roy Kane, behind the mic, cheering on our boys, hoping that everyone at home is having a good one if they're watching it on their couch, maybe outside of the gate watching it on their phone. Everyone should be tuning in, having a good time, because we know it's going to end in a Lancers W. So why miss that?
Absolutely, Roy. 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. Lancers lead, and they have the ball here at the start of the second. 12 more minutes left on the clock as we begin the second quarter. Saying back out of the ace gun. Looks like Zach Marshall and Luke Forelli in at tight end, and a penalty markers fly. It's a fumbled snap.
The whistles are blowing. It looks like a little confusion out there. It might be an offsides on the offense, and it is. Moving the chains back for the Lancers. Despite the penalty, it is still going to be a second and a 15 or 16.
Second down and 16 now for the Lancers. They need to keep it going, but they had, a second down and 34, 35 on the last drive, and all Sane had to do was lay it up for Justin Johnson, the senior wide receiver. A fantastic catch on the fade ball. Like you said earlier, looks like he has glue on his gloves.
It does. You see him coming out our way. Getting up on the ball, checking with the ref, and I could see something magical happening here.
Sayin will drop back. He's going to fire another one for Justin Johnson. He's got it. Can he outrun him? Yes, he can. Touchdown, Lancers.
I mean, I'm speechless right now as we check out the instant replay. I called it again, Cash. I felt something magical brewing in our construction, and we saw it happen there. You can't beat a guy like Justin Johnson in a position is already there. I mean, Justin Johnson probably has me 20 fantasy points already if it was we were playing high school football.
Here we have our sideline cam for you. Tyler Pursoon out for his second PAT. Kick is up, kick is good, drilled right through the middle of the uprights, as accurate as you can be. And the Lancers now lead 17-0, 11 seconds into the second quarter.
I mean, whoever they better get their act together. I mean, they were underdogs in this. They should have been favored by 21. I mean, this is a blown-out game so far. Just the start of the second quarter. We might put up a 50 bomb here in this one. Now, I would love a little Lancer shutout, but it's still a lot of game left with around 3 quarters. But we are putting our offense in good positions, Cash. I mean, our defense is coming out making stops left and right, and it helps when you have a defense like that that goes to the ball, all runs, and puts hats to the man who has the ball. The offense is looking great so far. Sain has proven why he's a top-notch quarterback, and Danny Valencia is going to prove to us why he's a top-notch kicker. I'm calling it 4th touchback of the day for big boy Danny Valencia, the man with the boot, the man with another touchback.
Danny Valencia will say that one. You're almost there, fielded from the goal line. Looks to be Hankins, and he'll be swarmed by Lancer after Lancer after Lancer.
I mean, Cash, I'm going to just put it out there. Maybe the wind was a little factor on that one. You know, we were kicking downwind, now we're kicking into wind. But that was still a very impressive kick. You know, back in my day, I used to be able to do that left and right. You know,
Are you my grandpa?
I used to have the biggest leg back in the day. You know, they used to call me Justin Tucker back in my day.
Me and someone else.
You also used to play basketball. I hear you're continuing to do that.
I am going to be able to try out for the freshman basketball team.
Good luck to you there. We also had Josh Davis play football and basketball. We also had Matt Moore play football and baseball. Maybe we'll see another multi-sport athlete at Carlsbad. This one, another handoff up the middle, and all the D linemen swarming to the football on that one.
The defense is coming out, making plays, and making things happen. And I've been saying it all day. The offense is getting put in positions, especially by that man, Jacob Sisson, with the tackle there. And it brings up a 2nd and 7 for the Patriots. The Lancer defense is going to stay out there being calm, collective, and making big hits out on the field.
100% out of the gun. Whistles fly, or whistles blow, and flags will fly. It'll be a false start on the Patriots.
An offsides there.
Or an offsides. Apologies there.
We are confusion there, moving the chains up for the Patriots. Must have been on the Lancers there. Justin Johnson looked a little confused as he looked at the ref on the right-hand side, so it must have been just a hypothesis, a little.
Out of the way. Out of the way.
Another thing I heard about Liberty last night, they had a little bit of a debacle. I won't get into details, but they did have to run 25 full gassers after practice last night, so maybe that playing a factor into their game. A pass from number 11, O'Brien. It's going to be caught, and he will get thrown down.
And that is another big hit. As we check out the instant replay here, excuse me, there, no instant replay on that one. But if I'm not mistaken, that was Luke Farrelly on the fly to the ball with the big hit from number 7, Luke Farrelly. And he actually won. We can do it. Week 1.
Can do player of the week.
Sorry, I added in the we. I mean, can do player of the week. Week 1 against Inglewood.
Out of the gun, it's O'Brien. He'll scramble, and he'll get dropped.
A great defense.
That's Jude McClellan with the sack.
Jude McClellan flying to the ball, making a play, setting up our Lancers there in this one with a big 2nd down for the Patriots.
Second down, and looks to be 12 or 13 for the Patriots.
It is,
and they are yet to advance into Lancer territory. Carlsbad looking very good on their drives. They're 3 for 3 when scoring so far. Liberty 0 for 3. Maybe we'll see 0 for 4. Out of the gun looks to be O'Brien remaining out of the gun, and more whistles blow, more whistles blow, more flags fly, and they will call a penalty on Liberty.
And we see in the back there, number 20, Damon Ivy, a junior safety for the Lancers, actually ranked top junior safety in San Diego by San Diego Football Network.
Damon Ivy, nicknamed the Headhunter by UNI, because in the first 2 games, he ripped helmets off of heads, and he was looking for somebody to hit. In the edit that I made, he also had a big hit.
And now we got number 11.
It's going to be O'Brien, but more flags are going to soar. We have another penalty fest here in Carlsbad.
It looks like another penalty out there, turning into the Inglewood game. Penalties left and right. I mean, we prayed that we wouldn't have one like this, and we didn't against Mission Hills, but it is turning into a flag festival out here, left and right, bringing a huge second down for the Patriots. Now we got O'Brien back for the snap. Takes it back, scrambling out left. And it looks like a huge hit! If I'm not mistaken, Damon Ivy, the big body sensation there as we check out the instant replay.
Actually, that might have been that might have been Thomas Wyrick.
And if not Thomas Wyrick, Thomas McCormick, the big decker coming out there.
Six penalties tonight so far.
And I want Lancer Nation to make some noise in here, as you can hear it. A huge thirst down for the Patriots.
O'Brien will get this one, and he will be tracked down in the backfield by Jacob Sisson.
And we check out the instant replay here. A little halfback draw taken down by Jacob Sisson himself. He is him to set up another Patriots punt. The defense is making unbelievable plays out here, just setting our offense up for success. And that is all they've been doing, is success. Going down the field, making passes thrown, making passes catch, and scoring out there.
This one a rough punt, but it will sail into Lancer territory. Players tripping. It was Camden Keller deep to return. He will not field it, and it'll be a Lancers first down near midfield once again. A 49-yard line start. Maybe we'll see Julian Sayan with another deep pass to Justin Johnson.
Indeed, Justin Johnson is a duo to be reckoned with Sayan. I mean, the deep balls can't get much better, right in the breadbasket every time. I mean, perfect release when it comes to those passes, and a perfect grab when it comes to those catches from number 4, Justin Johnson, as he's coming out there into the huddle. Little confusion with the coaching there, and
Griffin
they're sending
Rosenblum
in
and number 11, Zach Thomas. I can't believe I didn't know Zach Thomas's number. Carlsbad will use the first of their timeouts, and when we return, it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Lancers. Of course, no commercial breaks.
Excuse you there, Tash. Zach Thompson? Is that really a player? Or is it Zach Marshall there? Number 11 making his week opener for the Lancers.
I believe I may have said Zach Thomas. Shout out to former Carlsbad alumni. Now both him and his brother Cameron Thomas play for the Cardinals and the Bears. They showed up in the preseason. I've not heard much about them lately, but they were fantastic athletes, and we've got even more on this team.
as we got a little timeout here, I'm just going to do a quick shout out to the Loud Crowd group chat at home watching this one. I mean, what a great group of guys, really hyping up our show over here, and they are big fans. So shout out to you guys at home watching.
Big shout out to anyone at home watching, as a matter of fact.
That is true, Cash, and it looks like we got 3 guys out on the left there.
Empty bunch. He's going to be a pass to Justice Woods on the screen. A clean block, and down the sideline, a big play for Justice Woods, about 20 yards on the reception, and the Lancers first.
And we check out the instant replay here from the wide receiver screen to Justice Woods, putting on the wheels and making plays happen. Another shout out goes to Justin Woods for hooking your boy up. UW Huskies fan, he hooked me up with the little Nike Husky gloves that he got sent to him. I mean, you know, a good man doing good work, especially out on the field tonight, Cash.
Now you with a little bit of a slip. You said Justin Woods. Not the worst I heard. I heard Josh Woods against Mater Dei Catholic, but we'll make sure to get it right for you all at home. Out of the spread, saying we'll give it to Walsh. Not a lot of action tonight. He'll take it for about 3 or 4 yards before getting swarmed. And this Liberty defensive line, led by Grant Bucky, the USC commit, all fantastic athletes.
Grant Bucky is a specimen to be reckoned with. He's a type of guy that would be created in Madden as a D tackle. I mean, 6'5", 275. So you can't get a better build than that from a guy his size.
I mean, take Kai Jacobowitz, fellow sophomore, plays tackle for the JV team. 6'7", 315. Sane rolling out to his right, trying to escape the pressure. Finding someone. He's got a wide open Justin Johnson, and he will be tripped up inside the 10-yard line. A big play there. Great job by Julian Sane and Justin Johnson to improvise.
Justin Johnson making plays happen there, moving while saying scrambles and getting open for the Lancers offense, making yards, go down the field, and in the end, moving the chains for the Lancers, Cash.
First and goal from the 9 for the Lancers. 5.5 minutes to go. Sayin out of the gun, out of the, looks to be trips left. Sayin will drop back, firing it into the corner for Rosenblum, and he's got it. Another touchdown for Rosenblum. Flags will fly. A great head top by Griffin Rosenblum.
We check out the instant replay there. Griffin Rosenblum, a man who plays basketball himself, getting up there, just
Julian
coming
Sayin
up.
patting his head to signify to the sideline, up, head top, up, head top.
I mean, Griffin Rosenblum got up there, he put his hands over the defender, and he snagged that one, but it looks like there is a flag, and he'll be moving back. But, you know, on the huddle tape, who really cares about the flag? I mean, that is an athletic play being made by an athletic player with a boom, boom head top. Woo!
15-yard penalty on the Lancers. Couldn't quite see what it was. It's the 7th of the night, and here comes the real first down and goal for the Lancers. Trips or empty left for the Lancers. Saying out of the gun will motion Arboit. It's a give to Arboit on the sweeps. He's running it left, and he'll stiff arm a man before taking it himself for about 2 or 3 yards.
USC who? I mean, Nico Arboit who? Grant Bucky had nothing on my man Nico as we see the instant replay there. I mean, the green gloves from Grant Bucky aren't really making a difference at all to his play, except that he's missing the green goblin, the Flash, Nico Arboit with another excellent sweep.
17-0 is still our score, even after the catch by Griffin Rosenblum. Sayin under center, out of the trips. It's a screen pass on the bubble. Zach Marshall into the corner.
Oh,
did he get his feet down?
Holy crap, the trickery on that as we check out the instant replay. The little flea flicker to Zach Marshall dropping the dot. I mean, is he the 5-star quarterback? That was a dot.
Zach Marshall, a 3-star athlete for a reason. 4.5 minutes left to go now. Lancers lead 23-0 as Tyler Pursuit will gear up for the PAT.
The trickery, I mean, you can always count on Coach Mack making plays happen for the team, and he did there, so setting up Zach Marshall. And I mean, Cash, would you count that if he didn't score that first touchdown, an anytime touchdown score? Because I would.
I would have too. It's an anytime touchdown, not a specific touchdown, so you can score it anyway so long as you score the touchdown.
I mean, that was just a perfect ball, leading him to the left, letting him work around the defender, and that is a touchdown grab to put up the Lancers 24-0 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds in the second quarter. And we got Danny Valencia, big body number 57, back to kick it away.
More whistles below, not sure why. And the kickoff unit getting really hyped listening to the music. They're dancing around, or at least they were. They're probably not anymore. Here we see the loud crowd. Looks like a shot you'd see in like at a college. You know, Wisconsin's got the jump around theme that they play every single home game, and honestly, that's my personal favorite. Who doesn't like a good House of Pain every night?
Zach Marshall there with the smile on the sideline with the fist bumps left and right. I mean, that dude might be applying for a quarterback spot at Michigan. I mean, that was a dot and a half, if I have to say.
Danny Valencia, kick is up and away into the wind. This one will sail into the end zone. Seems to be number 6, Grant Meters.
Ben Redfield there talking a little bit of smack to number 52, Braden Weddle, off the kickoff. I mean, Ben Redfield with the hit stick deck, and it got a little chippy there, but I like our special teams. We got dudes that look like Bobby Boucher out there coming down, laying the hit stick left and right.
Who needs Gatorade when you've got high-quality H2O provided by our wonderful Miss Bree? She's gotten into the spirit tonight. She's got her hair all dyed as she always does. Here comes 1st and 10 for Liberty on their 5th drive of the night. Out of the gun seems to be Cole O'Brien at quarterback. And he will take it, dropping back, looking to throw. Here we have the backfield cam. He'll try and escape the pressure, and he will be brought down by Colton Thomas, the sophomore defensive end.
And we had Jacob Sisson there to follow it up. Might have to put in a word to CHS_odds for the prop bet next game. Number 6 looks like Heat LeBron. I mean, that's a factor to be reckoned with. Big man making plays out there.
Under 4 minutes to go now in the first half. Out of the Dubs, it's O'Brien out of the gun. Here we have our backfield cam. He'll give it to Cameron Dangerfield. Highway to the Dangerfield. I'm not trying to get copyrighted here, but he will take it up the gut for a couple of yards, and it'll be 3rd down now for the Patriots.
And we see Colton Thomas there, the sophomore, like Cash said, stuffing the gap. And I talked to Julian Sand, like I mentioned, and he said he knows the D-line is good. He knows the linebacker fills the gaps, but it might have been he was talking about our team because our D-line is playing good and our linebackers are filling the gaps tonight.
Out of the gun, Cole O'Brien out of the Dubs. 3rd down and looks to be 3. O'Brien will throw the quick pass to number 15, Tyler Lewis, shaking ankles, brought down by Thomas McCormick.
We check out the instant replay there, a perfect ball. O'Brien placed there. Luke Forelli with the missed tackle, the little jukebox there.
This will move the change. It's a 1st down and 10 under 3 minutes to go. O'Brien out of the trips left. Will snap it, dropping back, looking to throw, stepping up in the pocket, heaving one deep, and it is incomplete, broken up by Justice Woods. Pass intended for number 19, Ethan Mahanke.
Justice Woods with some great coverage there. Mahanke almost leaked inside with the catch, but Justice Woods with another breakaway. And I've been saying this a lot, but it's like putting a little toddler in a seatbelt, you know, making sure he gets home safe, especially with this long drive to
We have a fantastic game for you tonight. We had a fantastic game last week, and we hope for fantastic games every week. Out of the trips left, 2nd down and 10. O'Brien in at quarterback. He'll snap it. He'll take it himself on the QB draw, and he's found himself a crease brought down by Damon Ivy. Tried to shove him off with a stiff arm, but it will not work.
We check out the instant replay there. A couple big holes made by the Patriot O-line with the stop by Damon Ivy from things not getting out of hand there. But once again, Cash, almost going into halftime, and it is a shutout for the Lancers, 24-0. The defense is making some plays happen, so let's see if that can continue and maybe get our offense the ball back.
O'Brien out of the gun, out of the spread. He's going to look for his man in the bubble. It's a low pass, and he'll be brought down by an entourage of Lancers. I saw Colton Thomas back there bringing him down as well.
And we check out the instant replay there, a little wide receiver screen, and it looked like a key missed block there by number 19, Ethan Mahake. I mean, he couldn't even find his hands on anyone. He had 2 guys to touch, and he didn't touch anyone. And that is a great tackle there by the Lancers defense to set up a big 2nd down and 9 for the Patriots.
Logan Schaefer on the tackle, 2nd down and 9. O'Brien out of the gun, out of the dubs. He's going to look to fire it. He's got his man on the hitch. It's number 19, Mahanke. We're seeing a lot of them tonight, and it'll be a 3rd down and short. Looks to be about 3rd down and 1 or 2 for the Patriots. Maybe we're looking for another QB power call here with under a minute 20.
Justin Johnson playing great on the offensive side, but the hitches are getting to him out here playing cornerback. You've seen a couple of them out there of him getting those away, but let's see if he can make a play here as you see him number 4 on the left-hand side. I like a pick coming here. If they test him, we know who the ball is going to end up to. Justin Johnson.
O'Brien out of the gun, trips right. He'll look to fire it at his man in the flat. A big hit by Thomas Wyrick. He'll shake a tackle from McCormick. He'll shake another one, and he will pick up the 1st down.
And there's a personal foul on the play as Thomas McCormick gets amped up, pointing to the scoreboard, and he looks a little confused, but we know when he goes back, watches the replay here, which is posted on chstv.com, he knows why he got that personal foul. But it's a big factor when you got 15 yards coming your way to your end zone. But Wyrick headhunting there as we check out the instant replay. I don't even know how number 29 Jalen Hankins stayed up there. I mean, Thomas McCormick was a pleasure, and he knew he was down, but obviously he wasn't as Thomas McCormick comes over to wrap up the tackle. But that was a big body hit with a big body recovery there.
There were penalty markers. I'm not exactly sure what it was. Coach Mack pleading his case to the referees, and we're going to see here in a moment.
And it looks like the chains are being moved to our way. And that is a big 15-yard personal foul for the defense on Thomas McCormick with the little, scoreboard point. I've had myself a couple of those, and I mean, it feels great, but not when the refs see it, Cash.
100% out of the gun. Trips left is O'Brien. Cole O'Brien will snap it, dropping back. He's looking to fire, and he will be hurried. He's going to take it himself, but Luke Farrelly will get the sack.
And we check out the instant replay there, and from the start, I was watching Cassius Murphy, 51, get in there, and he could not make the tackle, but Luke Farrelly comes in with the big wrap-up to finish that play. Number 7, the can-do player of the week for our first home game against Inglewood.
This one a give to Cameron Dangerfield, swallowed in the backfield by Jude McClellan, and seems to be Thomas McCormick and Luke Farrelly.
And we check out the instant replay there. Thomas McCormick flying to the ball, and I think if I'm not mistaken, that is his 3rd tackle to the prop, over 5.5. Thomas McCormick, big body coming out, laying the deck as we saw on the punt against Mission Hills. I mean, we like to check that one out on the replay a lot last week, and that was a big hit, and they know they got a linebacker to be reckoned with, boy.
3rd down and long for the Patriots here in a moment. They're currently scoreless with 30 seconds to go. They've used their first of 3 timeouts, and they are inside the 25. And I'd like to say, where there's one Lancer, there's always more, because week after week, we're swarming to the football more and more, faster and faster. You can't compete with this Lancers defense. It was a top defense last year, and it's looking like it's returning to that form, even without the key pieces they had. Out of the bunch left, O'Brien out of the gun will drop back. He's going to look to fire, stepping up in the pocket, fighting into the end zone, and it is caught for the Liberty touchdown. Wait,
no, it isn't. The drop pass by number 33,
Caleb
Ricewig.
Ricewig.
And we check out the instant replay there. O'Brien a little underthrown as our safety, Damon Ivey, did not turn, but it looks like the knee to the gut broke up that pass, as we see Colton Thomas getting out there with the hustle from my boy Finn O'Gorman.
4th down now for the Patriots. It's a 40-yard field goal for their kicker. I saw their JV kicker trying to boot one from midfield, did not make a single one. Kick is up, kick is away, and kick is no good. It's wide right and just short, and this will remain a 24-0 ball game here in Carlsbad. 20 seconds to go. The Lancers will set up shop at their own 30. Maybe we look to see them try and throw it downfield. They do still have 2 timeouts. Maybe we look for a deep fade ball down the sideline, another one to Justin Johnson, or a head top to the 6'5" monstrosity Griffin Rosenblum.
Monstrosity is right, Cash. I mean, Zach Marshall is a unit, a big boy making big plays, but I like Justin Johnson coming out there again. Maybe a little touchdown or setting our team up in field goal position, because we know Tyler Pursoon can make some big kicks with that big leg, but we are taking a knee, sending it to halftime for the Lancers. Cash, what are your thoughts on this first half?
It was a very exciting first half. Our score at the end of the first half, 24-0. Very exciting. Justin Johnson, 2 receiving touchdowns, 1 from Zach Marshall, 1 from Julian Sand, and Julian Sand with another passing touchdown to Zach Marshall. An excellent first half for the Lancers. We'll look for another excellent first half. What were your thoughts, Roy?
I mean, it was great. The wide receiver core is not disappointing at bits. We got Nico Arboy having a great game. We got Justin Johnson having a big game. We got Zach Marshall having a big game. And we even got Justice Woods out there making big plays. And can't forget, red zone machine Griffin Rosenblum. The wide receiver core can't get much better than this than with high school football. But it is a game, and it is a shutout, 24-0 for the Lancers.
Lancers 24, Liberty Patriots 0 at the end of the first half. Carlsbad will start the second half by receiving it, but we'll meet back with you just a few minutes before kickoff with the second ever Go Pro halftime show. We'll see you in a moment, everybody.
Goodbye.
It's Cena time, it's Cena time.
Now marching on the field is your award-winning 2022 marching Rangers. Marching Rangers will now on the field is our senior drum majors Addie Petrie and sophomore Adrian Sanders. The marching Rangers have been working hard preparing their 2022 competition field show, the Pro. This year's field show gives a look at the one team for a Pro. The desire to be a swan, and at the end of the day, a Pro is still a Pro. Today we are proud to present to you a sneak peek of the musical opening to the show. The Rangers have been working hard for 4 weeks preparing, and we are excited to show our home crowd our show progresses through the season. Drum Majors, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the Carlsbad High School marching Rangers.
Carlsbad. It's a one-of-a-kind stadium. Bob McAllister Field at Swede Krickmar Stadium, named after two of the most historic coaches in Carlsbad history. And it's a one-of-a-kind night where the Carlsbad Lancers lead 24-0 over the visiting Liberty Bakersfield Patriots. The second half will begin in just a moment. First, we'd like to read off some of our sponsors. We could not produce this live broadcast without any of their help, and it is thanks to their generous support. Sorry, we've got Mr. Brightside in the background, but none of these telecasts could be done without their generous support, so we would like to take a moment to thank GoPro, the world's most versatile camera. Additional thanks goes to Guttridge Realty Group, North Coast Oral Surgery Assured Equity Solutions, Sober Surgeries, The Pretty Pedal, Hamilton Properties, and the one, the only, That Pizza Place. All of our sponsors are featured on CHS TV's website at chstv.com, where you'll find links to their respective websites. Once again, thank you for supporting our broadcast. We'll be back with the replays, we'll be talking about the replays in just a moment. We'll cut to our very own GoPro promotional video.
Shout out GoPro.
Who'd you shout? Thank you so much for waiting. Not much waiting left to go, but we've got our GoPro halftime show, the second ever. We had wonderful times. We've got wonderful people shooting the t-shirt cannons in the backgrounds. We're hoping to get one here in a moment, but we've got our 3 highlights from the first half. Roy, take it away.
Let's check out our first replay here from the first half. We got Julian Sane scramble out left to the absolute deck. I mean, he's been saying it all week that he wants to say that, or he wants to make the defender think that he's going to go out of bounds and swerve right back in and make a clip. That will be for sure on the huddle, if I say so.
100%. That play actually led up to the first touchdown reception for Zach Marshall, the Santa Fe Christian transfer, playing his first ever game for Carlsbad. We're going to run that. We're going to run you through that play. Zach Marshall's first career touchdown. We see him here out of the tray, out of tight end. He's just going to run a simple vert right up the seam and catch a beautiful floater from Julian Sane. That's why he's a 5-star, and that's why Zach Marshall is a 3-star athlete. But that's not the only thing we would see from Zach Marshall, because later in the game, we had probably the most exciting play of them all.
We had a little trickery, a little flea flicker to Zach Marshall as we check it out here on the instant replay. The Zach Marshall toss to Justin Johnson. And as you said, a 3-star Michigan commit, more like a 5-star QB Michigan commit. That was a dot and a half to Justin Johnson for 6. I mean, a well-executed play by Coach Mack, and we love the trickery as always. And Coach Mack always does do that. He always makes us smile with a play like that. Zach Marshall has 2 touchdowns in the first half, and we can't wait for him to have even more.
100%. Earlier today in our morning broadcast, we went live with a couple of varsity football players. We're going to take a look at that.
Hi, I'm Isabella, and I'm here with Varsity Football live in the studio to talk about the football game tonight. So, what are the details on this game?
So we're playing Liberty High School at 7:30 at home.
That's really cool. And coming off the win last week, how are you doing what are you doing to prepare to keep this up?
Yeah, we've been watching film. We had a good week of practice, and we're excited for tonight. We got a lot of confidence.
Nice. And how do you guys think you're going to do this game?
We have a great game plan, great coaches, great players, and we're just ready to win.
Thank you so much, Izzy. Continuing the excellent talent for Carlsbad. All around, just a wonderful school, wonderful academics, wonderful athletics. CHS TV falling into the latter half. Here we have the Loud Crowd, members of ASB, and more. Your Ordinary Joe. There's no Ordinary Joe here in Carlsbad because everybody's got something special about them. For me and you, it's commentating and playing football. For these people on the field, it's completing their craft, trying to make a journey to the NFL and get paid that dollar bill, y'all.
Yes, he said it correctly. NFL does pay that dollar bills. And 5-star Julian saying, I can't wait for him to be drafted. You know, I'll be there on my couch commentating myself, you know, muting the TV, acting like I'm the interviewer. First round pick. The Seattle Seahawks, being the worst team in the past 10 years, takes the quarterback out of Carlsbad High, Julian Sayin. Yeah,
I can imagine Roger Goodell already with the first pick into 2020 whatever draft. The
Seattle Seahawks
select Julian Sayin, quarterback. Roy thinks he's going LSU. I think it's too early. I have not done enough research, but Roy seems to think he's going to LSU. Very, very good prediction.
Okay, just listen. Think about this. He was big on Notre Dame, okay? And then when Brian Kelly switched, look at what? LSU started to make a rise. He obviously must love that coaching staff, and he actually was telling me LSU coaching staff was actually supposed to come to our Vista game, our last home game, but I do not know if we will be playing that.
It will 100% be a very fun night. Number 6, Grant Meters, deep to kick. The second half is underway here in just a moment. 12 minutes left on the clock. 2 more quarters of regulation. Lancers up 24-0. Kick is up and away. It's a high kick. Camden Keller from the 1-yard line will take it. He's got a fast return, and he'll get tripped up by number 37, Stone Churchman. Now I want to wonder, how awesome would it be to have your first name be Stone and then have your last name be Churchman? It just seems like you were born to be a legendary athlete.
A brick wall, people might say, you know, a stone wall coming out there. And a kick there was deep, and that looked like a sky kick to about the 3-yard line. And I totally forgot. We haven't seen much of that because the Patriots got a big donut on the board. Haven't seen much from them lately. Let's see if their defense can make some plays, or this quote-unquote USC commit can maybe make a couple plays.
Saying out of the ace, it's a give to Walsh. He'll maybe get back to the goal line. Julian Sayin leading the Lancers offense.
Indeed he is. He had a great first half with the wide receiver core going crazy from Nico to Griffin Rosenblum to Justin Johnson to Justice Woods and to Zach Marshall. I mean, when you got that many weapons, might as well use it, and he did. The deep balls are my favorite to look at because those are majestic, and that is some magic. And little prediction, let's see it again. Justin Johnson target right here.
Out of the spread, play action to Walsh. He's gonna hit Nico Arboy in the flat. Following Justin Johnson as his lead blocker, he'll take it for only about 1, or actually no, that's gonna carry on for about 5, and that's going to be a 3rd down and 5 for the Carlsbad Lancers. 3rd and 4 actually. And we need you guys to get loud to give us some hype, because the energy for the Lancers not seemingly enough, but we have come out of halftime. We've got to rebuild that momentum. Out of the Dubs tight. Walsh in the backfield. Sayin out of the gun. He'll snap it. He's going to drop back under pressure. He's going to throw it. He's got Rosenblum, and he's got a first down and more. He's going to be tripped up by number 12, Drew Underwood. And a big 15 or 20-yard reception for Griffin Rosenblum.
We check out the instant replay there, and it looked like a little confusion. The man on Griffin Rosenblum quite literally just gave up on the play thinking it was a sack. But the man the myth, the legend, Saiyan does it again, making acrobatic throws to the chains moving. And that is another Lancers first down.
It would be very interesting if we saw the Pennsylvania Quakers, an Ivy League school, offer Julian Saiyan a full ride scholarship, because that's where his older brother Aiden Saiyan, former Carlsbad alumni, played. This one, a play action to Mason Walsh, heaving this one deep. He's looking for Arboit, and it's in and out of the hands of the CHS TV alumni. And that one would have been another highlight reel for the huddle tape for both amazing athletes.
And we saw the instant replay there, a perfect ball, a little, and I mean inches overthrown, but that is a catch you gotta come down with. And I mean, our own line is playing great, given the time and day for our quarterback to make some plays as he stepped up in the pocket there and slung that. And I feel like Sain's getting a little confident with these deep balls because he knows the secondary isn't really covering it. So I might see a lot of those deep balls in this one.
Saying a quick one into the flat. That's Justice Woods. He's got the first on a 12-yard reception. It's gonna be number 6. It looks like Grant Meathers maybe with the tackle.
And that is another Lancers first down. Land of Liberty, more like Land of the Lancers, because this is our turf where we make plays and we make stops.
9 minutes to go. Lancers driving. They're at midfield. It's a first down and 10. And they've got all of the momentum here. The Lancer cheerleaders getting hype under center out of the spread. It's a toss to Walsh to the left. He's got the edge. He's got blockers. He's got an open space. And he's got a Lancers touchdown. 50-yard rushing touchdown for Mason Walsh, but penalty markers do fly.
We check out the instant replay there, and Justin Johnson doing another amazing job of filling that role, making that key block, but it looks like there might be a holding or a block in the back on the Lancers, so we will be moving the chains backwards despite the great effort by Mason Walsh there. He's really proven the grit he has for this one, and he's going to be doing that a lot more in this second half, just like how Sane is going to be dropping deep balls all second half. I mean, I'd love to see a shutout here. Haven't been making that many calls on Grant Bucky, I was going to say. I mean, the USC commit is getting tossed around by a sophomore, Andrew Langer.
Andrew Langer definitely holding up well. First down and 14 now for the Lancers at their own 46. Trips right for the Lancers. Zach Marshall. No, they're going to come out in the tray. And Julian Sane out of the gun. Walsh to his right. He's going to snap it. He's going to heave another deep ball. Justin Johnson does not come down with it. That's number 7, Ermiah Harrison in coverage.
I mean, if he would have caught that, that would have been our second head top of the game. The first one that actually counted, because we saw in the first half an acrobatic catch from Griffin Rosenblum going right over the defender, practically putting the ball right in his face mask, pulling it over his head, but it did not count with it being called back. But I personally, if I was a QB like Sam, I would trust these wide receiver core, this tight end core, my offense in general to go up and make plays. I mean, that's why he always looks for those deep balls, because when you got a wide receiver core like this, might as well give him a chance.
Back out in the tray. 2nd and 14, Saiyan out of the gun, motioning Griffin Rosenblum. Play action to him on the sweep, and it's caught by Mason Walsh on the rail route, on the wheel route. He'll take it all the way to the 30 for a 24-yard reception, tackled by number 8, Trey Fulton.
Trey Fulton, a big man, a 6'3". Actually, I take back big man. I might just say tall man. A 6'3", 156-pound DB with the tackle. A little laughter there as I read his little player profiles. I see the height. I assume maybe be around 190, but big gap between that and 190.
Toss to the right to Mason Walsh. He'll cut it upfield. He'll take it for about 5 and the Lancers first. And I'd just like to say, Trey Fulton, the big man. You know what? I'm going to just say tall man. He's going to go in the CHS TV record books for a long time.
I'm going to come in here and say right now that Julian Sayin was wrong when I talked to him. This isn't quoted 100%, but he did mention that he knows the D-line is aggressive. He knows they're good. But obviously our O-line is just better because our run game has looked very dominant here with no running back here, a little low snap.
Out of the empty, he's just going to throw this one away, nearly intercepted.
With the blitz from number 45, Jackson Provençal, the 6', 210-pound linebacker with the blitz off the B-gap. Sayin takes a big hit, luckily gets that ball away, and no turnover there.
3rd down and 5 now for the Lancers. And like you said, our O-line is holding up well. We've not seen very good protection by the Lancers O-line up until this week. This week, even though we've possibly played the best line of the season, we're holding them up well, and Carlsbad really shines when they have to perform. Back out in the tray, Sayin will look for a wide open Griffin Rosenblum, but he doesn't look back. I think Julian was looking for him to run a hitch, but he was trying to run a vert there.
Yeah, Julian Sayin definitely looks aggravated coming off the line. He definitely thought that was a hitch, like Cash said, but it looks like the expression off his face when Coach Mack just said maybe it was a vert, and so the mistake by Julian as the pat on the shoulder comes along. But, you know, he's going to bounce back. He's going to make plays.
And it looks like Tyler Pursune's going to get sent out for the field goal. It would be a 42-yarder from this position. Lancers will use the first of their 3 timeouts of the second half. Pretty early, using them with 7:09 to go. Lancers up 24. Tyler Pursuan maybe with his 2nd field goal of the night, 4th of the year upcoming. And it's a 42-yarder at that.
With the timeout here, let's just talk about Thursday night football yesterday. You know, not the best team, Steelers versus Browns. Both got some great defenses. But who was your player of the game?
I'm going to be honest, I did not watch the game, Roy. But I'll tell you who I had on my fantasy team, and that is Nick Chubb, one of the greatest running backs in the NFL right now. And he got me 17 fantasy points in my standard league. Hopefully that's enough to give me the first win of the season in that league. I'm currently 0-2. I really need some prayers right now because my management has been very questionable.
And for me, I'm going to be taking the GOAT, greatest of all time, Jacoby Brissett for the player of the game.
Very interesting, I might add. 42-yard field goal attempt. Tyler Pursuan from the right hash. Line drive is good. Tyler Pursuan with the 42-yard driller right through the pipes. And the Lancers lead 27-0 here with 7 minutes to go.
Tyler Pursuan, the boot of many. I mean, he's having a great day from PATs to big field goals with that one. I mean, that was right up the uprights. Couldn't have gone in way farther. Had so much space on that with a line drive. But now we got our other kicker, Danny Valencia, with the little dance moves coming out there. And we got B-Rob, Brian Rodriguez subbing in, number 24. The big body bends coming out on special teams.
Danny Valencia, like you said, a lot of really good kickers in this program. We had Jordan Morinov at the beginning of the year joining us, sadly not a member of the team anymore. So we've got Danny Valencia and Tyler Pursuan both leading the way for the team. We've also got Chase Brotman on the JV team. He is 100% on PATs and field goals. Kick is up and away from Danny Valencia into the wind, sailing into the end zone. No kick is fielded. That's number 5, Cameron Dangerfield. Highway to the Dangerfield. We've not seen too much of that. Kenny Loggins might have to rewrite his song if he does happen to go off in this second half.
I mean, you know it's a boot when big boy Danny Valencia, immediately after the kick, doesn't even have to realize where the ball goes, but just turns around, down in poetry in motion and picks up the tee. I mean, he knows it was a boot, he knows it's a touchback, and he knows he's getting the job done once again, Cash.
Absolutely. Number 10, Jace Nixon, making his first appearance in that quarterback since the first quarter. Out of the gun, actually out of the pistol, ace pistol, really. It's going to be a give up the gut to Dangerfield. He's got the edge down the sideline. Lancers giving chase, and it's Damon Ivy with the touchdown saving tackle. An excellent run there. 40 yards for the running back, Cameron Dangerfield.
We check out the instant replay there, and Cash really jinxed it. You know, he did get dangerous outside of the backfield as he goes away for about a 30-yard gain for Dangerfield as he...
Another carry for Dangerfield, this time brought down and thrown down for extra measure. That looks to be Justin Johnson. I am likely wrong. We'll take another look at it. It is Justin Johnson taking him down, throwing him down, and a great tackle there.
I mean, he saw the stiff arm batted come up by Dangerfield, and he said, no, 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 not today, as he slams it down for only a gain of 3 or 4 for the Patriots.
Back out of the A's, the loud crowd living up to their name, getting loud. Out of the gun, it's Nixon dropping back. Heavy pressure from the Lancer. Hit as he threw, and it's incomplete. Targeted for number 19, Ethan Mahanke, Justice Woods, apologies, in coverage, and it'll be 3rd down and 6, or 3rd down and 7 for these Liberty Patriots.
Once again, my man Jacob Sisson get into the backfield once again to force the pressure. I mean, he's had a great game, and our linebackers have really been very diverse throughout the games. We had Luke Farrelly coming out having a huge game against Mater Dei. Then we have McCormick coming out having a huge game against Mission Hills, and now we have Jacob Sissons coming out and having a big game against the Liberty Patriots as Dangerfield brings it to about a 1st down, but no, it is not. He is marked up short.
Great job by Dangerfield there, reversing field, catching every Lancer off guard. Great job by, looks to be Finn O'Gorman on the tackle, saving the 1st down. They're going to go for it, and they may have gotten it.
They did get it. The man in the white cap signals that is a Patriots 1st down, and it looks like they were playing a little hurry-up offense there to catch the Lancers D-line off guard, and they did indeed. That was a 1st down, and it looks like they might be bringing out the chains on the spot, except they are getting pointed to stay back out on the field, and it does not look like they're going to bring out the chains in this one. And so that is a Patriots 1st down.
Not a lot of energy from you, Roy, but I can't really blame you when it's a 27-0 shutout. But it is in favor of our Lancers. Out of the pistol, it's Nixon. He's going to give it. Penalty markers fly, maybe a false start.
I mean, you want energy, Cash? Did you see that throw by the ref? That was perfect form of the flag toss there. I mean, couldn't do it much better as he shoves it right back in his pocket. Perfect craft in a perfect form as the Lancers are getting the chains moved on them with a not-so-smart penalty there. Cassius Murphy is furious and definitely taking it in that he did mess up there, but he will get back out there and make more plays. How about that energy, Cash?
I love the energy. It made me very funny, Roy. Back out in the ace pistol, Jace Nixon will give this one to number 22, Joshua Espersa, up the gut near the 1st down marker. It's going to be 2nd down and 2.
And it looks like Colton Thomas was in there, the sophomore, with another plugged gap. I mean, he's having a pretty solid day, and he had a great game against Mission Hills with, I think, around 3 or 4 tackles. And I see a lady bringing up some pizza right now. I know it's not for me, but I can definitely smell it, Cash. I mean, walking past the concession stands over there, I mean, I was in La La Land with my nose.
Nixon trying to hit it to his man, Jamel Davis, in the hookup, but that one seemed to get batted by a Lancer. Here we have the replay. This one
batted down by Thomas Wyrick there, number 31, sticking his hand up, making a very professional play there to knock up the ball. And now we got a big third down for the Patriots, a 3rd and 3 on the Lancers' own 24. And it is
a stop. Cameron Dangerfield will be stuffed by number 51. That's Cassius Murphy.
And we check out the instant replay here. As I said, Cassius Murphy made a not-so-smart penalty, but I said he would come back out there and make a smart play, which he did to set up a big 3rd down stop. But the Patriots offense is staying out there with a big 4th and 4. Let's see who's going to make the play and be the heroes out on the defense to set our offense up for success again.
Jace Nixon will fire it. It is tipped and incomplete. It's a turnover on downs and Lancers football.
Thomas McCormick with a seatbelt, a strap, and that is a great defense there as we check out the instant replay. Some great coverage, a little overthrown by O'Brien there, but we know if he caught that, would he really hold on to it, Cash? I mean, when you got Thomas McCormick, the junior linebacker, running at you, and you hear his footsteps, I mean, it's like a horror game. You're in the back of a room, it's pitch black, and you just hear, don't. I mean, I would just let go of the ball, really. I wouldn't really want to take that hit. And obviously, he didn't want to take that hit either. You know, Brian maybe was saving his wide receiver a little treatment in the medical room after.
Big run for Mason Walsh. Down the right, he'll be brought down by Caleb Reisig. I wanted to bring him up. You did not give me the chance to, but Caleb Reisig was the intended receiver on the last pass, also intended earlier in the game. It was an incomplete pass, and that is a big run for Mason Walsh. What did I say earlier? He's a running back. He's an athlete. He's the best player on the field. The ball is in his hands every single play. Coach Katz, the running backs coach for JV and varsity, preaches all of that ball security and being an athlete 100% of the time.
Hey, Cash, let's say this. Oklahoma drill. Who you taking, you or him? Mason Walsh.
I'm taking Mays. I got to be humble. This one a toss to Mason Walsh to the left. He'll get dropped himself. That's number 45, Jake Jackson Provençal.
And we see the instant replay there, and I mean, Cash is right. Jackson Provençal obviously didn't want that one-on-one either as he gets boom, boom, boom to the ground, even though he comes up with the wrap-up a little high. And when you tackle high on Mason Walsh, he will take advantage of that body in front of him and slam him right to the ground. But, Cash, I'm going to be honest with you. If I saw you and Mason Walsh line up against each other, you really think I'm not taking you? I mean, you would whip your hair around, maybe get it in his face, and maybe even run over him.
It's not going to work, but Julian Sands' offensive line won't work either. They give up their first sack of the night, and it'll be 3rd down.
We check out the instant replay here. Maybe the first thing the 3-star USC commit has done today, Grant Bucky, the big body, 6'5", 275 pounds. I mean, Julian Sands obviously didn't like to feel that man on top of him, but
I mean, I do have to say this. I'm flattered that you'd pick me over Mason Walsh in a Oklahoma drill, but I am 5'6", 130 pounds. Mason Walsh, according to our sources, 5'9", 190 pounds. He was the first Carlsbad Lancer to be a state finalist in wrestling. I don't think I'd win that, Roy. Back out in the empty, it's going to be a give to Justice Woods. He's got the edge. Can he get the first out of bounds at the 35-yard line of Liberty? And he's got the first down, Lancers.
And we check out the instant replay here. I mean, Coach Mack is loving these little sweeps to the outside, and Justice Woods is given a lot of them up the field. And I mean, he gets the first down, and he gets a couple of defenders out with him. Number 33 looked like he hesitated a little. I mean, with that instant replay in slow-mo, he looked like he saw who's coming at him, took a step back, took a deep breath, assessed the situation, and knew he was going to get laid out.
Under center bunch right. It's a toss to Mason Walsh. Can he get to the edge? He'll put a spin move on him, but immediately get kicked. No, he's still free, but he'll be brought down in the backfield by number 19. That's Ethan Mahanke.
It was number 15, Tyler Lewis, the 5'9", 185-pound linebacker, finishing the play there on Mason Walsh. I mean, I've said this so many times, I preach this. When you run your feet and you're a guy that already has that low elevation being at 5'9", I mean, you can't really be brought down, so it's all about flying to the ball and having an entourage with you when it comes to that tackle.
Mason Walsh, very talented at his craft. Watching him work in practice is always fun, whether I'm suited up or not. That might be called for a penalty. Penalty markers fly. Maybe a false start on Carlsbad. Griffin Rosenblum will pick up a first down, but penalty markers do fly. I believe I saw a false start on the left side. Griffin Rosenblum with the hitch, putting a move on number 22. He'll just move down that sideline, and he'll eventually be brought down by Trey Fulton. He's not a big man, he's a tall man, Roy.
Number 22, Joshua Esperanza. I mean, Griffin Rosenblum, 6'5". I want to see a little stiff arm with the lengthy arms. I mean, putting him down to the ground, maybe giving him a little nice and tasty turf.
The penalty will take this to the end of the third quarter, 27-0, a very uneventful third quarter. The sole point scored was a 42-yard field goal by Tyler Pursoon. Maybe we'll see more of him, maybe we won't, but it's all up to the last 12 minutes of regulation here in Carlsbad. Lancers 27 continuing the shutout against the Liberty Bakersfield Patriots, who only have 0. What do you call that in sports? Oh, I'm sorry. Neil, you could also call it a goose egg, call it a gutter ball, call it what you will. It's a 0 on the scoreboard, and the Lancers defense looking lethal.
Cash, you know what I'm going to call it? I'm going to call it a donut. Because you know what I'm craving for tomorrow morning? I'm craving Super Donuts. I mean, shout out Super Donuts, the best donut shop ever. Krispy Kreme this, Krispy Kreme that. Super Donuts, always got to stay true to my locals. And I mean, like Cash said, an uneventful third quarter is right. But, you know, me and Cash's job is to make it eventful for the people at home. I mean, picking up the little things with these awesome instant replays. And now we will be starting very soon the fourth quarter on this excellent Friday night.
Yeah, VG's who? I'll take the 5-minute car ride to the village to give me some very nice donuts.
And shout out Super Donuts for actually adding Venmo, because sometimes I don't have that much in cash. So Venmo always clutching up. Way to be there, Super Donuts. Always can rely on you.
Maybe they're going to call off Griffin Rosenblum,
because
who does not have his knees covered. That is a CIF rule, focusing on safety. I'll tell you what, having two knees conked together does not feel good. I've been there, done that, breaking my collarbone too many times. But here we go, under center out of the I formation. It's saying play action to Walsh. He's going to heave it deep left, and he's incomplete, nearly intercepted by number 22. It's going to be Joshua Esperanza.
It's going to be Joshua Esperanza with almost a pick, but if it wasn't for number 17, Nico Arboit's fight, I mean, you know what that kind of reminded me of? You know, have you ever seen those videos, Julio Jones, he gives up a pass, you know, Matt Ryan, you know, always can be Matt Ryan, you know.
Matty Ice.
Julio Jones just coming up and laying the hit. I mean, that dude definitely could have probably played on the defensive side with the way he tackled kids. And Nico Arboit showing that way as well with the breakup interception there.
Matty Ice, more like Matty Coldwater. He sold my fantasy team. I'm not going to relent. Another play action to Walsh, stepping up in the pressure, rolling out right. He's going to look, and it's incomplete. Triple coverage by Ermiah Harrison and Trey Fulton there, and it is now fourth down for the Lancers at the 38. It would be a 55-yard field goal, but I don't think Coach Mack is ready to let this one fly just yet, as they'll send out Danny Valencia for the punt.
Okay, but if I was Coach Mack, I'm up 27 to a big donut. Fourth quarter just started. Why not give the sophomore kicker a chance? I obviously think he's made a couple of these long kicks before, and I literally think he can make one around a 50-yarder. I mean, next Justin Tucker.
It's hard to beat Justin Tucker, arguably the best kicker of all time. I'm going to have to give that edge to Adam Vinatieri with how long his career went. But if Justin Tucker can go another 10 years, 100% he's got to be the greatest.
And we're checking out the loud crowd cam. We got the balloon arch. We got ASB out on the field. And we got our
the bright neon yellow and neon orange. A very interesting color scheme for a school who's black, white, and purple.
I mean, Cash, let's just be honest. We said at the start, this game is construction themed. I feel like there's really no construction going on here. I mean, it's more just a set plan, and we're really just staying on task here. We're only constructing to work even harder, but obviously the defense from the Patriots is not working as hard as us with the pin punt. No!
Wait, it will sail into the end zone for a touchback, just an inch. An awesome effort by the Lancers. Here we have the replay. It'll just sneak in. Thomas McCormick tried to pull that one out. It will not. And with 11 and a half minutes to go, the Patriots will set up shop at their own 20, advancing towards the scoreboard, wielding the Bob McAllister Field at Swede Crickmar Stadium title. Maybe, and just maybe. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Definitely gonna wield Coach Mack's name one day or another.
And if not, Coach Mack will be the name in my heart.
100%. They're going to bring back out Cole O'Brien at quarterback to try and pull off the comeback, down 27-0. Cole O'Brien with the QB power. It'll be about a gain of 4 and a 2nd down and 6.
Okay,
now we
Cash.
got Seven Nation Army in the loud crowd.
Let's just think. Okay, so like you said, we got around 25 gassers last night before game day. And now you have to think, down 27-0 with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter, that you got around a 4-hour bus ride back home. I mean, might as well just stay here with a little vacation, you know, get this awesome weather. I mean, they're practically going back to weather like it's Palm Springs. If I was a kid on Liberty, might as well just stay here for a couple weeks, you know, go a little hooky, skip some school, have some time at the beach, maybe go to Beach City Smoothies, maybe go to that pizza place. Shout out Coach Mack. Shout out Carlsbad football. Shout out the squad.
2 consecutive carries for Cameron Dangerfield. They'll total for about 6 yards, and it is 4th down and inches. It's looking like they're going to go for it, and they only have 10 minutes to pull off the comeback.
Yeah, but I'm just going to rule out the comeback right now. You know, I always love a Carlsbad comeback. And we could see the fireworks. I actually don't know if you guys could see, but me and Cash could see the fireworks behind the scoreboard. I mean, we can't wait for homecoming. We'll definitely have a firework cam there, but it's going to be electric in 2 weeks. We got our homecoming game against
the San Marcos Knights. I must admit, after being demoted to Division II, they've been looking fairly successful, but then again, it's D2 San Marcos. It's easier to win in D2 than in D1.
Listen to this. If I'm a Carlsbad football player and we absolutely destroy San Marcos like we're going to do, think about this caption. Good night, spelled with K. Like that, good night? San Marcos Knights.
Now I get it.
I'll be low-key cold, Cash.
Out of the gun, Cole O'Brien will get dropped by a multitude of Lancers. Jude McClellan, the first one there. Here we've got the replay.
Looks like there's some booze, I don't know where. Maybe to the land of liberty, the Patriot pride. It's the land of the Lancers and the Lancer pride here. Might as well just put a big C over those banners. Maybe it's time, you know, catch yourself some time. Maybe want to get home at a reasonable hour, go to bed. Might be time for the Patriot fans to just get in your car, start up the car, and get on the road. beat the traffic.
100%. Out of the gun, it's Dubs. Cole O'Brien, the scrambling quarterback. Maybe a jump, it's not called. O'Brien will fire this one, and it's incomplete, intended for number 15, Tyler Lewis, the junior wide receiver. And here comes 3rd down and 12 for the Liberty Patriots.
We got Zach Marshall coming out. I was talking to him at school, and he said he was going to get a little defensive action in this one, and he is out there. He's locked in, making sure all the equipment's ready. Number 11 out there on the right side on the D line. You know, Cash, if he came out and he made a sack, do you know how hyped that'd get?
You would probably get very high.
There's a pool right behind us for the water polo games. I would probably go do a backflip off a
the high dive.
Yeah, maybe a
Cole
double.
O'Brien getting pressured, and Zach Marshall gets the sack.
Zach Marshall! I mean, guys, I might have to get a GoPro cam after this. We check out the instant replay. Number 11 to number 11, Zach Marshall with the sack. Coming in for 1 play and coming in for 1 sack. Okay, guys, I made a promise. If it's not tomorrow, if it's not Sunday, I will have to have a video of me backflipping off the diving board at the Carlsbad pool. I don't care if I get injured. I actually do care, but, you know, let's test my acrobatics, you know. Maybe
I mean,
hit
you're
a little.
already hurt. What's a little more?
Sorry. Maybe it would be a nice GoPro clip to start up the next stream.
Grant Meter's kick is up and away. This one will sail right, and it'll have a nice bounce. It'll caress out of bounds at the Lancers 30. And with 7.5 minutes to go, the Lancers up 27-0, likely to start running the clock out.
Hey, Cash, luckily it's not one of those Mission Hills games where we have to go home the next day. Luckily we got college football, but we can't be able to talk. You know, I feel very relaxed right now with my boy Cash Money.
You feel very relaxed that I won't be talking.
I feel very relaxed that I will still have my voice tomorrow, Cash. Do not twist my words.
I'm going to twist your words. Under center out of a heavy set. They've got 3 tight ends out there, and they're going to just run it with Mason Walsh behind those big boys, maybe twisted down. That looked kind of painful. I probably would have broken my collarbone just from that play alone. Mason Walsh with about a 1-yard carry.
And we got number 14, 1-4, the magician, the magic man,
How
the
many
big
magicians are on
body,
this?
Javen Sandu into the game. You know, it'd be crazy. Imagine this.
Fade ball.
No, ready? Fake spike, last play of the game. Ben Roethlisberger. Fake spike to Javen Sandu. Over the corner. Touchdown, the Lancers.
How many magicians do you have on this roster?
I mean, right now, the way we're playing, our whole team is a magician. I mean, we're pulling things out that we've never even done, and it looks great. I mean, we're doing it with perfect execution, like this run and like that gap our O-line is making.
First down now for the Lancers, a big 10-yard carry for Mason Walsh, and that'll move the chains under 7 minutes to go in regulation, and the game likely just minutes away from closure.
And we check out the instant replay there from 22 on 22, except I would rather take my man 22, Mason Walsh, any day over Joshua Esperanza.
Joshua Esperanza may have 4 inches on him, but Mason Walsh has 23 pounds of pure muscle on him. I've seen him squat. I think he can squat 3 or 4 plates. Mason Walsh with another carry. He'll just truck a guy, and he'll truck another. He'll take this one for 4 yards and a 2nd down and 6.
USC commit who? Excuse me, but you got a 6'5", 275 D tackle running at you committed to USC. Hasn't been doing that much this game. But then you got a man, 5'9", number 22, 190 pounds. He's not scared of anything. He just came up to him, decked him to the ground, maybe a little back eye stare down. All I know is that dude is a big man to be reckoned with.
Physics, a very interesting subject. Force equals mass times acceleration, if I am correct.
Let's hope you're passing.
I am very well passing.
A little shout out to your physics teacher.
Mr. Alexander, the one, the only.
Okay, now we're on the science topic. going to shout out the best biology honors teacher in the school, Mrs. Chestnut, probably at the game, but I will send you this clip on the replay. And if you want to watch the replay, make sure to go check out chstv.com as we got the YMCA in the background. Me and Cash are doing the dance as well, except Cash can't because he has one arm.
Too soon, too soon. But I'd like to shout out the best biology teacher in general, Ms. Heiser. I had her last year, and she's wearing number 9 for Julian Sayin. Under center, out of the ace, it's going to be a give to Mason Walsh up the gut, and he's going to take it to the 45-yard line.
What a pancake block there by Marcus McNeil there. I mean, that was a key lead block there, and he picked him up, and he put him to the ground, and he is the one that made that play. As you see in the instant replay there, going out of frame. That is a pancake with some extra bit of syrup on it, Cash.
IHOP, the International House of Pancakes. 5 minutes to go in regulation. Lancers up 27-0 over the Liberty Patriots. We're running out of things to talk about.
I mean, come on. Can the Liberty Patriots make a play? Okay. Or how about the Lancers? I'm not wishing anything on the Liberty Patriots. I want a deep ball to the left side from Sayin.
I'm going to be honest. The Liberty Patriots, they're not athletes. It's a run up the gut to Mason Walsh, who is an athlete. He's got to take it for 2 yards and a 2nd down and 8.
A 2nd down and 8 is correct.
Grant Bucky, another time we're saying his name, making
another
the tackle.
Time, that might be a couple times, because this is your 2nd time saying his name for an actual play.
And not criticizing him for...
Yeah, all right, shout out Grant Bucky if you ever see this. USC commit, all props to you. Can't wait to see you play at a higher level. I mean, that's a big body with the green gloves. Let's see if he can actually make a play here. Let's just watch him on this play, Cash.
Likewise, Grant, if you are seeing this, 3 stars, it's better than what I could do. Up the gut on the fullback dive. It'll be a 1-yard carry for Marcus McNeil.
And Grant Bucky there again.
Grant Bucky made the tackle. I believe he may have.
Looks like he got there. Number 72, a big standout there with about a gain of 1.
I'm going to continue this praise for Grant Bucky because he's a 3-star D tackle. He's a physical specimen, just insane, the species that he is. 6'5", 275. It's hard to become that size.
Okay, Cash.
Genetics doesn't take the only part.
So we got a big week ahead with Sunday football, NFL.
We'll get to that in a moment. Under the boot, it's going to be caught by Zach Marshall, and he's got the 1st down, about a 10, 11-yard reception.
Zach Marshall there.
And penalty markers are flying. We're going to see what it is. We'll get back to you in a moment. It's going to be a roughing the passer on the defense. And that's going to be an extra 15 yards.
Okay, I got this, Cash. Quick, game's a little slow right now. Let's get an NFL segment. I'm going to read you a game. You're going to tell me who's going to win. Kansas City versus Indiana.
Kansas City, easy.
Baltimore versus New England.
That's going to be tough. I'm going to have to take Bill Belichick.
Saints versus the Panthers.
The Saints have the Panthers number dialed in.
Okay. Houston versus Chicago.
Houston's looking good this year.
I like at Chicago because the weather's always a factor, and I love Justin Fields. Let's see if he can slide in for another touchdown.
More predictions here in a moment. It's another give to Walsh on the power carry. He'll take it, bowling over another man. He'll take it for 1 or 2 yards, and we have a 2nd down. But most importantly, we have a replay.
The replay, and that is a bulldozer move, trucking over number 8, Trey Fulton. What a big play there. And now we are back for the NFL takes. Cash, I really like your predictions so far. So what would you like for this, Buffalo versus Miami?
Too easy. Buffalo has been dominating the Miami Dolphins lately, and I don't think Tua's going to have a good as game as he had last week.
Okay, and Cash, Tua, he had a good game, obviously, but I don't think he had that good of a game. I feel like the wide receivers really carried Jalen Water and Tyreek Hill.
Mason Walsh on the toss, inside the 10-yard line, bowling over another man just short of the first down marker. Mason Walsh is carrying this team on his back like he would carry the barbell with the 4 plates on each end.
Now we got Detroit versus Minnesota. Who's going to win that one?
I think Minnesota's going to come out on top, but I think Detroit is going to give them a run for their money.
What about Cincinnati versus the Jets?
I'm going to have to take Joe Burrow. Even though they're 0-2 since the Super Bowl, I'm going to have to take Joe Burrow over the Jets.
You take one of the Joes, I take the other one, Joe Flacco. I like the Jets in that one. Now we got the Raiders versus the Titans.
I know.
It's going to be a very tough game. It's going to be a running game. I'll give you my opinion after this one. Under center, seemed to be a penalty on the last play. This one, a toss to Mason Walsh, maybe pulled down by the face mask by number 16, Beckham Nielsen.
So that Raiders-Tennessee game, who you liking? As we check out the instant replay here, Mason Walsh with the takedown from number 16 on the Patriots. Beckham Nielsen, the 6'2", 226 outside linebacker. I mean, that's a big body.
Give Mason Walsh 5 more inches and 50 more pounds, and that's who I'm taking. Derrick Henry over the Raiders.
Okay, now we got Philly versus the Commanders.
I think Philly's looking really good this year. I think they're going to come out on top. We've got another play out here. Under center, back out into the heavy set. Saying we'll give this one back to Walsh, and he's got an entourage in front of him, back inside the 10 at the 5, and this is going to be maybe a 1st and goal.
And it is spotted up a little short as we check out the instant replay here with a nice block by Marcus McNeil to open up that gap. And it looks like the clock is running out for this one. So let's go Cash. A Lancers W in this one as the clock runs out. Teams meet at midfield in the final score. About to hit triple zeros. 27-0 from the Lancers. Cash, how did we play today?
The Lancers played fantastic. All the momentum was theirs from start to finish. Not very many possessions went into Carlsbad territory. I believe only 2 possessions by the Liberty Patriots went into Carlsbad territory. Meanwhile, Carlsbad was driving downfield every single play. There was no play they could have been stopped. 24-0 at the end of the half, 27-0 at the end of the third quarter. 0 points sadly scored in the fourth quarter, but it was a running quarter.
And I mean, what a win by the Lancers tonight. And let's just talk about this. With the Liberty Patriots, you drop a big donut, and now you have to come all the way back to Bakersfield. And it's going to be a long ride home, if I say so myself. A long ride home is a little bit slow, if I have to say. It's going to be a quiet bus ride from there as we see everyone storming the field in the background with the ASB loud crowd and the Carlsbad Lancers getting hyped. But this game was definitely exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Haven't said that one yet today, but ladies and gentlemen, what a game, what a Lancers W, and that moves us, Carlsbad Lancers, to 4-1 for this one. The crowd is hyped, and now Liberty has to go home 3-2 with a long bus ride ahead. But the Carlsbad Lancers maybe are going to In-N-Out to celebrate a victory, a shutout, an amazing win from the Lancers. Cash, let's just talk about, what was the best play of the game? Let's give it.
I think it's got to be the trick play, the easy bubble to Zach Marshall, just setting up, dropping back to pass. I would give a better accurate representation if I had my right hand, but he just lofted that one into the corner, into the back end zone. All Justin Johnson was tapped that 1 foot inbounds, and he had the touchdown. He came down with it, and an awesome trick play in Coach Mack's book.
My play would definitely be the 1st and 35 from, I think, our own 5-yard line, and the deep ball connection to Justin Johnson. And I do have my right arm, shout out to Cash, but this is Julian saying drops back deep ball over the shoulder to Justin Johnson for the grab, which actually ended up leading to 6 for the Lancers, but a very well-sounded game, and it all started with the Lancers defense coming out, making stops, starting out with 2 3-and-outs, giving our Lancers the ball to make some plays happen. And when you give a 5-star quarterback the ball, he can do anything he wants with a wide receiver core. We got Nico Arboy, Griffin Rosenblum, Justin Johnson,
Zach
Justice
Marshall,
Woods.
Julian Sayin.
And now we got a great game, a great night ahead of us. And I think I personally am going to go to In-N-Out, treat myself with maybe a double-double and a victory meal. What about you, Cash?
I'm going to go home and get a very good night's rest before I go and watch the 14U Carlsbad Pop Warner Lancers tomorrow. It's going to be a very fun game. It's going to be very interesting to see how the future of Carlsbad plays against Eric Weddle's Rancho Buena Vista. But as for the high school varsity football team, they come out with a 27-0 victory over the number 21 ranked Liberty Patriots. An easy dominant victory, posting up that donut on the scoreboard, and Carlsbad will rise to 4-1. The Patriots dropped to 3-2 with their second loss over the past 3 weeks, and it'll be interesting to see how the next 2 games go. We have at Torrey next week, and then right after that, we've got homecoming, ladies and gentlemen, on October 7th, home against the San Marcos Knights. I like what you said earlier. Good nights.
Good nights, and now let's check out our sponsors before we say good night. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. We cannot produce this live broadcast without their generous support of CHS TV Sports live stream telecast. Special thanks to our title sponsor this evening, GoPro, the world's most versatile camera. Additional thanks goes to Guttridge Realty Group, North Coast Oral Surgery, Assured Equity Solutions, Sober Surgeries, The Pretty Pedal, Hamilton Properties, and That Pizza Place. And all of our sponsors are featured on CHS TV's website at chstv.com, where you'll find links to their respective websites. And once again, thank you for tuning into this broadcast. And if you want to go back and check out a replay, you know where to find it, chstv.com.
Or go to youtube.com/CHSTV worldwide.
And have a great night at home for everyone tuning in. It was me, Roy Kane.
And Cash Versailles. And we will see you in 2 weeks' time for homecoming night. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Yeah. Just a little 10-piece for it, just to blow it in the mall. Doesn't mean that we involved. I just put a Richard on the card. I ain't going playing ball, but I'll show you how to got it. Really wanna fall till you fall, but you